Okay, hi and welcome back. Who here are NFL fans? I personally am a big NFL fan. I, for one, really like the Vikings. That's my team. I know a lot of people don't like them, and today I wasn't really impressed with them because they pretty much screwed everything up with the Buccaneers. Anyway, if you're not familiar with football, I'm going to go over a few things today. It's going to be very brief, very simple, very vague. I only got a couple of minutes, so here we go. If you're not familiar with the NFL, the object of the game is that the team with the most points after 4 full quarters, which are 15 minutes long, is pretty much the winner. Yes, there is an overtime session, and whenever you go into overtime, which means after the fourth quarter, if the teams are tied at a certain score, then the first person in overtime to score, no matter what it is, they are the winner of the game. Again, like I said, it has 4 15-minute quarters. They play on a 100-yard field. The field is 100 yard from end zone to end zone. And if you're not familiar with what an end zone is, that's pretty much a goal. Like in basketball, the hoop, in soccer, the goal, anything like that. The end zone is 10 yards wide on each end, and the object is to make it all 100 yards into your end zone to score your points. The point system, now that we've gotten onto that, a touchdown is where you actually get into your end zone with the ball. That is good for a total of 6 points. And as soon as you get done with that, you have the option to do a 2-point conversion, which without saying is another play. And if you make it into the end zone after your 2-point conversion, that is another 2 points. If you don't want to do that, which more than likely you're not going to want to, you can go ahead and you can kick an extra point, which that will only be 1, yet then you go ahead and go with that. Now, if you can't quite get to your field goal within your 4 downs or whatnot, then you have the option to kick field goal if you're close enough. If you kick field goal, you'll kick it up in between 2 uprights that are on the other side of your end zone. If you get it in between those 2 uprights, that's 3 points. And then the ball turns over and you go again. Another way to score points is if you hit a safety. Now, if this guy is in, or if the other team, is in the other, like right next to your end zone, and you're going head to head with them and everything else, and if you tackle that quarterback or anybody that is in your own end zone, that is good for 2 points, and it's called a safety, and again, turns the ball over. As for gameplay, it starts off with a coin toss. Referee and 2 captains of the team come into one spot. They call heads or tails. They'll flip the coin, and then whoever wins the coin toss will be able to pick who can kick or receive the ball. After the coin toss comes the kickoff. The kickoff is the opener of the game, and there's another kickoff also at halftime, or right after halftime, beginning of the 3rd quarter. I talked earlier about 4 downs. You have 4 chances to advance that ball up to 10 yards to get your first down. First down means that you start your downs over again. If you do not get an advancement of 10 downs, or 10 yards within your first 4 downs, then the ball turns over. Which, if usually on your 4th down, the best thing to do is either, if you're close enough, kick a field goal, which again is worth 3 points, or you will have the chance to punt it. Punt is another kick, and that kick, all that means is that you just throw back to another player. He kicks it downfield for the other team to receive it, and then they advance the ball from there. The only thing that I have not covered yet so far in this like I said, again, this is very vague, but there are penalties in this game. And there are very many penalties in this game. I could go on for an hour about this, about all the penalties and actually describe them, but I'm just going to go very briefly through these. To get an automatic first down, that is the least, and that is the least, punishment throughout all of these. Uh, just to get an automatic first down, somebody's got to be either offsides or get called for encroachment or a delay of game. The next set of downs would be loss of 5 yards. Either the offense would lose 5 yards or the defense will lose 5 yards, which would mean the offense would gain their 5 yards. But you can get this by doing a false start, illegal shift, or an illegal substitution. The next harsher punishment would be a 10-yard penalty. 10-yard penalties most often are because of offensive pass interference, helping a runner, or holding. Holding is the most, um, well, it happens the most in a game. We'll just put it that way. And the last one I'm going to talk about is 15-yard penalties. These are about the harshest penalties that you can ever overcome, and you get that for roughing a kicker, you can get that for roughing a passer, or grabbing of one's face mask. There are a lot of other penalties and different things. They're a combination of penalties, everything else. I hate to go through all these and just name them without describing them, but like I said, I only got a couple of minutes, so if there's any other confrontation or confusion of any of these, there are very many websites you could talk or you could go to, or you can go into different discussion boards. You can talk to people, chat rooms, anything like that. There aren't very many people around that don't know anything about football, so if you ever have a question, you can ask me, or you can go to any of these other resources. But I hope that there is a little bit less confusion about the sport of football and the NFL and how everything is and came to play. So I guess I will bid you adieu, and I hope you watch on Sunday.